India's imports of Russian crude oil touched a record million barrels per day in November. The price cap of $60 isn't far from what India has been paying for Russian imports in recent months. If anything, more countries shunning Russian oil could be an advantage.
Countries which continue to import Russian oil, like India, China, some of the other emerging economies, I think it might give them a little more negotiating leverage. The Russian Foreign Minister, Sergei Lavrov, has also said that Russia will continue to negotiate bilaterally.
So far, shipping and insurance costs have been borne by the Russian side when selling oil to India. The new embargo on EU ships and insurance companies could pose short-term disruptions. But Russia has been working to find alternatives, including European vessels that are changing registrations to ship Russian oil and avoid losses.
I think the shipping will come back, but insurance is far more closely guarded, particularly where you have large liability insurances. So there, if you don't use the European or the American reinsurers, then the sovereign has to take a lot of reinsurance. And I'm not sure whether countries beyond India and China have that capability. And even in these countries, I don't think sovereign is going to assume so much of a risk. So it really depends on how much Russia can cover this risk.
As alternatives are worked out, India remains firm in prioritizing its energy security and will likely increase its oil imports from Russia. Experts say that if there's a reduction in export of Russian crude oil in the long term, it could lead to higher oil prices in the global markets. That could eventually be problematic for Western nations battling high inflation, something that India, in fact, has been able to mitigate by buying discounted Russian oil. Radhika Bajaj, CGTN, Mumbai.